Here is my 11.06 creating a publishing plan. So, here is my audience. It would be my family. If I were to create a book, it would be about those two people in the middle of all these other people. It's because of those two, all of us are around. And so this is actually only about half of my family. This picture was taken at our annual Easter egg hunt that happens every year, and it's been happening for almost 60 plus years now. They started when they were first married. So they would be my audience. I would want to make enough copies for all of them. Um, and so we can kind of get into the finances there. Um, I would like to be able to charge them, but we can talk about that a little bit later when we talk about the finances. So, actually, we can go ahead and talk about that right now. So, if I were to make my 200-page book, it would cost $40 a book. So, if I were to make 120 of them, which would be pretty close, that would be about $4,000. So I don't have $4,000 to go out and spend on a book. I can spend $40 on my own book, but I would like to go out and talk to each one of these and see if they would be willing to buy a $40 book that has all of our family history in it of Grandma and Grandpa Sagers. So, um, anyway, if I were to publish a book, I would go through lulu.com because it's really easy. I went through their system and I can choose which type of book I want, which type of paper, and the cover and what size and all these other things. I would print it in full color on white because we would have a lot of pictures, and I like colored pictures because that's the best part of every book is the colored pictures. And the reason I would want to self-publish it is because I don't plan on making money off of it. I just hope I can have enough money to cover my costs just in the publishing. I don't mind my time that I spent on it. I don't need to get paid back for that because it is a hobby of mine. And I would love to just have them have to pay for the book. If in a perfect world, I would be able to have $4,000 and I'd just be able to give them. But that is not we are not in a perfect world. This book I would also make a PDF available. So those people who wanted to access the book on their computers or their Kindles, they could decide to then have a electronic copy, and that would actually cost me nothing. And along with this book, I would like to have a DVD of the audio recordings I've taken of my grandparents, as well as videos that I plan on making. So this would be a complete compilation of them and their life. So I would love to include photos. I said I have the capability and access to a very nice scanner. It's a professional scanner we have at our company, and I can scan them in and edit them. And so here is kind of just a really rough. My graphic communications teacher would be ashamed at this. But here's kind of a rough of what the cover might look like. I would have the title and maybe a subtitle, a quote or something that Grandma and Grandpa like. Maybe a brief. This could be a preface or something there on the back of the book with a nice picture of them, and then of course me who wrote it. So this is the style guide that is given to you. You can download. So if we go back here to Lulu, after you choose all the things you want, you can download the templates. And after you download the templates, there is, oh, let's open the right folder. After you download templates, you have this, and you open up the templates, and they give you so many, a PNG of it, things like that, the dust jacket flaps and things. And then you also have the style guide, and then an actual Excel template that you can start writing, which we'll see here in a second. Oops. So this was built in Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, which is a graphics design program. But here is the style guide, which I would follow. So I have my title and my subtitle, and I'd follow all their tips and things. And then you can have also your editor and contributor's name, published, and logos and things like that. Then you come along down here and have the copyright information. That's very important. And then if they wanted to contact me or get some more books, we could put that on that. Then we'd have a dedication. So I'd probably dedicate it to Grandma and Grandpa Sagers because the book's to them. And I'd probably write a little bit of a dedication of why I wanted to write their history. But here, and then I do the contents, I do the acknowledgments, the foreword, the preface, the introduction, the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. And I think I would break up the book between Grandpa's life and then Grandma's life, and then have them meet in the middle and have it go through their lives together. And then you have any appendixes, your notes, and your reference page, and then your glossary. So then here, if you continue on, if you noticed, on the left side of these pages, they have a wider margin. And on the right side of these pages, they have a wider margin. Why is that? So that way we could stitch it in the book, bind it in the book, and still have the same amount of white space between. And so you can just keep going through, and it has everything very simply laid out that you can just fill it in. And they have even the page numbers already set, so it only happens on the odd pages, just like the professional. And then they have a template. So notice it has the blank space here. If I type, title, and then skip down to the next page, and I type in, it will have the normal, and then we continue on, and we can just type away and have the margins perfectly already laid out for us through their template. So, because I don't want to really make money off this book, I wouldn't really have to market it, just simply talking to my family and seeing who wants books is the best way that I would market my book, because it's a personal family history about our grandparents, and it's something that I hope will be handed down for generations and generations. So this is my publishing plan, and I've really enjoyed it, and I will probably add to this plan as I continue on, because this is the whole reason I took the class, is to figure out how to publish a book. So I was really excited when we learned about this in the 11th week. But thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day.